Why these surprise announcements?
Not entirely a surprise. We wrote earlier this year these were coming, but it's a little surprising that they're doing it a week in advance of their big event. One would think they would want to hold all of these devices until March 25th, but in this case they are not. Seems like they want to clear the deck, make all the attention around the Netflix competitor and the magazine service and whatever they have to discuss on the software and services side around their credit card next Monday.
So how does this fit into the broader iPad strategy? I mean, some people probably thought the iPad mini was long gone.
Yeah, this is a big change. Previously, we were basically looking at two distinct types of iPads. An entry-level iPad around $300, just called the iPad, geared towards education, but also the high-end iPad Pro models that could top, $1,700. Now we're seeing the return of the iPad mini and the return of the iPad Air sort of as mid-tier devices. These are priced at $400 and $500 at the base capacities with just Wi-Fi and no cellular, a little bit more expensive than the education-only models, a little bit more high capabilities. And these are basically refreshes to older lines that people have been asking for new models for, right? The iPad Pro is quite expensive for most people, but people wanted some of that faster performance and the better screens, and now they're getting that with the 10.5-inch iPad Air. There's a lot of people who wanted to see sort of an iPad Pro-ified version of the smaller iPad mini, and now you're getting that to some extent with the iPad mini 5 today as well.
I think there might be some parents out there who are excited about the new iPad mini, just a hunch. But is this, for Apple, a vote of confidence on the iPad? I mean, we know that sales have been falling year after year, but that Apple isn't going to be breaking out iPad sales, just like it's not breaking out iPhone or Mac sales anymore.
Right, so what you're seeing is an expansion of the product lineup. Right now, if you look at the Mac, for example, and in many ways the iPad is destined as the Mac's replacement in the minds of some, there are so many different Macs. So we're seeing Apple now expand the iPad product lineup into several new shapes and sizes and prices in a way they haven't really done before. So it's encouraging to see that expansion of the iPad. They're basically coming out and saying, hey, the iPad is one complete product family as well, just like the Mac. What they do need to do now, though, is really up their software game for the iPad, because I think it's quite behind some of the software you're seeing from some of the other tablet makers. Certainly needs more functionality to bring it more on par with a Mac or PC.
Now, tell us a little bit more about what we're expecting out of this event on Monday. It's not just an opportunity for Apple to unveil its original content strategy, but also a new Apple News subscription service. We've got comments from the CEO of the New York Times who said they're actually holding back some articles from Apple's news service. Talk to us about how that impacts Apple's bigger strategy here.
Well, I can tell you the new iPads and iMacs certainly won't be next week because they're getting those out of the way this week. But in terms of your question, this is Apple showcasing itself as a services company. These media events, especially ones at the Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino, have been reserved for some of their highest profile new products, whether that's new Apple Watches, new iPhones. The iPhone X was announced there, a few other devices over the past couple of years since it's opened in 2017. And now they're putting services up there exactly with their highest end hardware. So that's really a way to, reassure investors, employees, and consumers that services is pretty much just important as some of the other hardware products they're doing. So this is really going to showcase that.